Hey, you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen, and I'm Elisa. Thanks for checking out the channel. I'm doing a reading for the month of February. I think at the end of this reading I might post, I started a thread that's like 2021. So I posted like the 2021 year reading and the January reading in there, so I'm just putting that out there, that's up there to check out. Sometimes it's interesting to get the bird's eye view for the year. And I pre-pulled cards from a few decks, so there's already a pretty profound message coming through, but I'm going to also pull from, this is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot that I'm pulling from right now. If you're new to the channel, know that I don't arrange according to date or zodiac sign, but they're arranged according to storyline. So I'll link related videos up here within each reading, and then there's also playlists down below that you could check out. Okay, so at the bottom there's the Four of Cups. So this can be like a message of love coming through and just like not really seeing it or taking it for granted. But another way that I'll interpret this energy is like you're holding out for something, you know, like, and you're not going to settle for anything less than what it is that you are holding out for, the great love that you want. So that's at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Ace of Swords, and it's interesting because in the reading that I just did yesterday, the same card fell out in the same position. We have the Emperor, Seven of Pentacles, Justice, and the Six of Pentacles. So right off the bat, like the overview that I'm getting with the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot is, you know, there's like a truth that's coming out. It's like, it's almost like this person has been like holding out for justice, you know, because we have this justice coming in. And so it's just like this person has been kind of like meditating and like manifesting for justice to come through. And like this truth is bringing this justice for this person. Like they're being empowered to start, you know, they're planting these seeds for a new beginning here. Or I shouldn't say that. They've planted them and they've been manifesting them. But now, you know, it's time to just like see what's coming to fruition with that, you know. So we have this justice coming through, and then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is like a balance of giving and receiving. So it's like, this really speaks to like karma, you know, things being brought back into balance after some sort of unjust situation. You know, this person has been holding out for this justice to be served, is kind of how I'm taking it. But, you know, the truth is coming out, and there's like an ascension that's happening. Okay, so that was my mom. I don't know if you noticed her. So anyways, I stepped away for a second, but I'm coming back with the Animal Spirit Oracle, which I just got, and I really love this deck. So yeah, I'm gonna pick a couple cards from there, but or actually I already did, but at the bottom of the deck we have the Whale. I've been part of this like a wellness group, and this is what kind of turned me onto this deck. Like they picked cards for everyone in the group, and I got the Whale. But the whale swims in like deep waters, you know, and so the whale it's like comfortable and has become this master of emotion. I mean, it's a similar message to the jaguar that was in yesterday's reading, but the whale has seen, you know, really dark, deep situations and circumstances, and has from that earned this rare level of emotional stability, you know, because they can swim in this deep, deep, you know, so a very deep wisdom comes from the whale energy, but also like a peace and stability that's very uncommon, like someone who's really seen a lot in life but has overcome, you know. And so there's an energy of like deep wisdom and peace and emotional stability that's come through trial and difficulty, you know. So there's this energy, but then we also have the bat. So the bat, you know, again, like the bat, like lives in darkness, you know, and this is I mean, the message that comes through with the bat is the energy of kind of like the void, you know. It's like it's always darkest before the dawn, you know, and so it's like this death that comes right before a rebirth, but we're sort of at the moment of just nothingness before the rebirth happens. And so that's the energy of the bat. But then we got the golden egg. So this is a super, you can see the sparkly silver circle there. This is a spiritual card. And the golden egg speaks to, in the book they refer to it as the unstruck chord. So, I mean, it's yellow, you know, and it speaks to this, it's like this golden energy, but it's just like this message that's like deep in your heart, you know. So it's like in order to access this message, the golden egg, you have to come to this place of like total stillness and meditative contemplation, and just where you've quieted all the noise, and in that this message will come through. So it's really interesting because we have this void and we have this deep emotion, you know. And yesterday we were talking about the swan, you know, and like there's this creative blessing that's about to emerge, you know, and like in order to access that, it's like we have to come to this place of complete stillness, like the void, and listening, you know, because in that is going to be this new dawn that's going to emerge. I think that's what this reading is going to be called. It's called New Dawn, because we're really at like a profound turning point. And I have a couple more decks here that I'm going to show you, but this message is really coming through strong in this reading. So going to the Urban Tarot, using New York City as a muse, at the bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a major turning point, clearly. And we have the High Priestess, we have Strength, we have Completion, we have Worry, and we have Intolerance. So it's really interesting because right in the middle we have this card of completion. This is the Four of Wands, which in the traditional deck is a card of foundation and stability, and sort of like the foundation for like a family, or, you know, it's a marriage, family, stability card, you know. But in this deck, it's like the picture is like these, it's a graduation, you know, like, so it's like a graduation from one stage of life to the next. But, you know, at the base of that is like a foundation for this new, you know. So that really goes along with the message that I was talking about of just sort of the baseline before this new life emerges. And it's interesting because this card shows up in the middle, and on one side of that card we have the High Priestess and we have Strength, you know. And so this is this side speaks to being sort of like witness for this unfolding and receiving this energy that's coming through, but having strength and like holding your vision in order to like manifest this new beginning, you know. But then on the other side, we have worry and we have interference, you know. So this is a card of lack, and it's a card of fear and anxiety. So it's just like as one side is being destroyed, there's like there's this new thing that's emerging, you know. And so like I think it's really important when you're going through times of this kind of change to be very intentional about where you're focusing your energy, because you can really get lost in the anxiety of this. I mean, if you look at the world right now, there's a lot of angst, and there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of frustration, you know, and but there's also this new era that's like being born out of this. And so it's like, in order to manifest the best results for yourself, like it's important to be intentional about which channel you want to tune into, you know, which one you want to line up with, because it's a really powerful time. And in order to use that energy to your advantage, you want to be really intentional about, you know, where you're in alignment. Okay, so then I'm going to the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And at the bottom is this deck. This is like my favorite deck. I'm just going to show you the box. And I've gotten, was saying this in the reading yesterday, but like I just recently discovered Alberto Villoldo, the author of this deck, has this channel on YouTube, which I'm going to link right here, but I've gotten really addicted to it because it's like really giving me another insight on this deck, which I'm loving. So, Taming the Wind. This is a card of co-creating with the universe. And the feather, you know, in this card, like it always reminds me of the whole story of Forrest Gump. You know, where Forrest Gump, you know, he didn't really operate from the realm of the mind. You know, he was very much operated as a channel, like he was intuitive, you know, and even though he was challenged in this intellectual way, he was able to like achieve so much in life. But he had a wisdom for following this guidance and co-creating with the universe, you know. So that's at the bottom of the deck, which I think is reinforcing the whole message of just like, you know, being intentional about being in alignment with this, holding your vision, having strength, and being witness to this unfolding, you know. Okay, so then we have the Gatherer. We have Completion, which I think this is significant because in two different decks we have this message of completion coming through. We have the Spiral, we have the Witness, and we have Thunder. So again, like all of these cards are really reinforcing this message that's been coming through of just this great change that's happening, the end of this cycle. And this speaks to an ascension, you know, like there's this recurring pattern that's maybe happened in life, but we've sort of like graduated from whatever this cycle is, and we're ascending to this next level because we've received some sort of insight that's allowing us to look at things from a different perspective and have a different experience. And it's interesting because this falls right under this golden egg, you know, this profound insight from this deep insight, you know. And we have this witness, you know, again, like I've been saying this even before this, but being witness to this unfolding that's happening, you know. The Gatherer speaks to like just having faith and knowing that the abundance that you need is going to be there when you need it, you know. If you're in this state of flow, and you can trust that despite how things are fluctuating and seem very unstable, what you need is going to be there for you. So, you know, have faith as you walk through this transition, you know. But then the final card we have is Thunder, which this is a card of like profound change, like a wake-up call, and like this moment of just everything shifting. So yeah, like February looks like it's going to be a really big month of really profound change, and just sort of like I said, I think I'm going to name this reading A New Dawn, because that's kind of what the message that's coming through is. Okay, so for the final card, I'm just going to go to the Oracle of Seven Energies, pick a card. Oh, that one jumped out. Actually, two came out. Okay, so we got Uncharted Sea and Sacred Reverence. It's interesting how these like really kind of go together. But this is like, you know, stepping into this unknown, this new world, you know, but having reverence for the divine, and that the blessings that we need are going to come to us. I'm going to read this one. I'm not going to read both of them because it's like, these readings are already pretty long, but all for the truth that spirit is everywhere, inspiration coming through you as a result of reverence, joyful living, exploring possibilities with curiosity, spiritual passion, and manifesting from the starting point of the realm of spirit. Oh my gosh. This is like really where the new beginning is going to come from. Looking at the world, do you see all of life or only a limited part? When you look at a blade of grass, do you see just a plant? When you encounter a puppy, do you see just an animal? While this categorizing is one way of viewing the world, it is only a fraction of the truth. It isn't enough. Look closer and you'll observe the luminosity immanent in these living sentient beings. If you allow yourself to take in all the world, including its spirit, then you see the whole. Reverence is an act of deep witnessing, respect, and awe. You experience it when you perceive every being and everything, every plant, rock, and tree as sacred and alive. You naturally lean into a state of bliss and harmony and a profound sense of well-being. Whatever your dilemma or question, try to reframe your perspective to acknowledge the spiritual. If everything has value, including your most frustrating challenges, would you still ask your question from the same place? Can you regard the other as sacred, thereby erasing the separation between you? Embracing the perfection of how you came together is real magic, and you are tapping into this unity right now. No matter who or what is in front of you, see that person as being luminous and your interaction as holy. Then you will know what to do for the highest good of all. I think this is the message that's coming through from the golden egg. It's going to be the foundation for this new dawn. So, best of luck in this uncharted territory. Looks like it's going to be a good month, and we'll be back soon with more messages.